Hey beauties, I thought it'd be really fun today to hop on and do a full face of Dior makeup. I got some new makeup goodies here from Dior that I didn't get to try out yet, so I figured we could try them out together. And I think with everything that I got, I can do a full face of Dior, so I thought that'd be really fun. I am in a hurry though today, so I figured let's just do a quick look. So let's just get into this. Now, this I just purchased the other day. This is new from Dior. This is the Dior Forever Glow Veil Primer. So I thought it'd be really fun if we could try it out together for the first time. But actually, you know what? Before I get into that, I did also pick up this. But this I have been using. And this is the Dior Dreamskin Cushion. This is the skincare product. It has a tint to it. So it's almost like a tinted moisturizer. It does have SPF 50 in it. Now, I gotta tell you, this is said to make your pores look reduced in size, make your complexion glow, and all kinds of things like that. But you know, I truly tried this the other day and I was like, oh my God, my skin looked so amazing. My pores definitely look reduced. I don't know how they did it, but it was amazing. But I have to tell you, for me, it's a little bit messy. So I don't, I feel like, is there a better way for me to use this? Now, it did come with a little kind of poof that you're supposed to just, pounce into the sponge and then the product comes out. I wound up, because I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, I wound up just using a brush because I don't know how, I really should just use what they recommended because I did wind up taking my makeup brush and I'm trying to just find how I did it. And I put the brush in it like that, and it actually comes with a little sponge. So I probably shouldn't have done this. And then a ton of product came out and it just got to be very messy. But I felt like, to be honest though, I was using the sponge. It was a sponge like similar to this. And I just felt like a lot of like no product was coming out. So I really was, yeah, but actually look at that. Today I feel like the product is coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and keep using this now. There is, thankfully, this did come with a refill. So although I feel like I've made a huge mess out of this product, hopefully I will, I want to keep using it because it's gorgeous. And the way it made my skin so smooth and glowing, I don't think you can beat that. Definitely don't do what I did, which was take a brush and I put the brush, and I smushed the brush into it and a whole bunch came out and then it got all over the place and that was, no bueno. So yeah, you probably only need a tiny bit. I just wanted, like, I was almost wanting a foundation like coverage. And this isn't going to do that. It's just a very light tint. It's more like a skincare product. It does have that amazing SPF 50 in it, which is why I actually initially bought it because I'm obsessed with any kind of skincare product that you can use as a makeup base with SPF 50. Like the Charlotte Tilbury is my favorite. That is good enough. We don't need you. I'm used to feeling like I need more. No, this is it. It's great. It's perfect. We have plenty on. So let me go ahead now and try out the primer. I'm just going to take some on the back of my hand. I'm always in the habit of using a brush, so I just, that's my normal habit. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my brush and smooth this on. It has a very light scent and it feels very nice and soothing on the skin. And I did put some under my eyes and I feel like it did take away the dark circles because this formula has almost a white base to it. So I figured, let me try it under my eyes if it would brighten, and it definitely does seem to have alleviated the dark circles under my eyes. So I hope you guys can see, but it feels really good. It's getting tacky, so I'm not sure if it's going to dry down. What is the effect? This is my first time using it. So let's just quickly move into the eyes and I'll just let this sink because I feel like it's doing something. I'm not sure if it's mattifying. I'm not sure what it's doing. It's feeling tighter on my skin. When you initially put it on, it feels very moisturizing, but now I feel it kind of sinking in. So I'm going to let it continue to sit in and, see what the effect will be. So I do have a new Dior eyeshadow quad that I actually have been using and I'm in love with it. So I'm just going to prep my eyes really quickly though with a little bit of concealer. And I have this Dior Backstage palette and I'm just dipping into this shade right here. And I'm just going to do a really quick look. So I'm going to sweep that all over my eye. And this is just a beautiful matte warm tone shades. There are shimmers also in this palette. So I like to do for a quick look, I'll just take one shade, like a matte shade, and sweep that all over my eye, and then I'll just pop a little shimmer on the lid. Although if I'm in a really big hurry like I am today, I normally wouldn't even put shimmer on the lid. But actually I have this beautiful palette from Dior. This is a new eyeshadow palette that I've been wearing on repeat. And these shadows are so beautiful. I love to wear this shadow here all over my eyes. The shimmers are so creamy, but I'm just going to take this shade here just to give a little depth to the outer portion of my eye because the other palette doesn't really have a good contour shade for me. But this palette that I just showed you, this palette has everything that I need for an everyday look. So I normally don't even reach for the Backstage palette because it's just, I don't know, maybe I'll get into it because there's some nice cool tone shades that I've never worn, but I normally don't wear cool tone shades. I just love to wear a nice warm eye like this for every day. Just gonna buff out the edges with a clean brush. So guys, my skin feels tacky now and it feels like it's pretty much dried down. So yeah, it does have a nice tackiness to it, which I'm excited about because I want to see how that actually is going to affect the makeup application. I'm just going to take some of my Dior Backstage foundation. I'm just going to, I'm just doing a really quick look today. And I'm just going to take some of this product. I like to warm it up with my brush. And I'm just putting this on, but wow. Now, this foundation is absolutely stunning. But to be honest, it looks extra stunning today. And the only thing I did different is put on, well, I put on the Dreamskin and the primer, but the primer definitely feels like it did something. Felt like it was filling in my pores. This foundation is definitely a favorite of mine, but it seriously has never looked this good before. So it's definitely down to the primer, or I'm gonna say it's the primer because I have been wearing the Dreamskin. It does look amazing, but I don't feel like it ever made my foundation look this good. I feel like my foundation looks amazing, and it has to be the primer because I have been wearing that Dior skin, and yes, it's beautiful, but this is something I've never seen before. So it has to be the primer, and I've worn that foundation before, and I've never seen this effect. So let's keep it moving, beauties. I do have the new concealer from Dior here, and this is the Dior Forever Skin Corrector. And I got a lighter shade. I got 0.5N, and in the past, this is the old formulation though, I got 1N, and 1N was so dark on me. I know this looks, I do wear it though, but it's very dark on me, so I actually have to brighten it up with another concealer generally. But this is a beautiful shade for me if you have a complexion like mine. And I'm just going to press that in with my concealer brush. This is the Hourglass concealer brush. So good. Of course, also the BK Beauty brush is amazing. I just am washing it right and cleaning it right now, so that's why I don't have it. Otherwise, that one is actually my favorite, the BK Beauty. But this concealer is absolutely stunning. It melts into your skin. It gives you a very natural look. It's a no makeup look where it looks like you don't even have concealer on. It looks like you're just naturally and effortlessly, more wide awake looking and things of that. I'm just using now a little bit of the NARS Light Reflecting Loose Setting Powder because I don't have a Dior loose setting powder. Do they make one? I'm not sure. I do have a Dior pressed powder for the face that I'll use in a moment, but I'm just going to finish this up now. I just wanted to quickly set the under eyes with some translucent setting powder. It's my normal jam. Now I'm going to take this palette here from Dior. This is the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette. And so I'm going to use the bronzer shades to warm up my contours, and then I'll use the pink and the highlighter for the cheeks. So I'm just going to put on a little bit of Dior lip liner. I'll have this link below because the name came off. This is that jungle shade, so I'll link it down below. And then I have this Dior Rouge lipstick in 449. And then I always just love to pop a little bit of the Dior Lip Oil on top. So this is the finished look, beauties. I cannot believe how gorgeous my skin looks, and I have to say, the only thing that I did different is use that primer. So I think out of everything that I've used today, I really got to say I think that primer is out. I mean, I love all my Dior makeup. I have to say though, I think there is something special about that primer because my skin just looks extra special today. And I've used almost everything today except for, different the concealer I never use. But I actually just want to put a little bit of the powder on. This is the Dior face powder. But what do you think? I didn't even feel like I needed to use the powder. That's why I actually forgot to put it on, but I wanted to put it on just for my normal routine. But oh my gosh, my skin just looks absolutely stunning. And I really just got to put it down to that primer. This has got to be it. I'll use it again. I'll come back. I'll let you guys know. But wow. Wow, wow, wow. I really think this did it. Because I always loved, like I said, I've always used this foundation. I've always used plenty of these things. So I gotta say, I think it's that primer. So thank you, Beauty, so much for coming and spending time with me today and doing my little full face of Dior makeup. And this kind of a little quick and easy everyday makeup look, natural makeup look. So I hope you beauties are all doing good, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.